Men should never let a woman pay for a first date, because if you're asking a girl out and then going Dutch, it just shows you're cheap, you weren't raised right, you're not chivalrous, or you're dating outside of your price range. And by that I mean you're taking a girl out on a date that you can't afford to be on. So instead of trying to flex at a nice dinner, you're better off taking her on a picnic in the park. And even the most progressive girls who insist they split it with you and say they don't mind, do mind. Not because they can't afford it, but because it shows us your character. And if you're a girl and you're paying for first dates, and I'm here to tell you that he ain't it, sis. Follow for more and good luck.
And you can call me a pick-me-girl all you want, but I was raised to take care of my husband. You know, like clean the house, wash his clothes, wear gloves, dispose of his body, act very sad at his funeral.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video, and on today's show, you've already seen the introduction, guys. We're talking about these couple of TikToks right here. Now, you may have noticed, in recent years, guys, that relationships have kind of devolved into this thing where women are just demanding essentially everything of men. Right? They want the resources, they want the validation, they want the attention. And you know what? If you don't provide all that to them, then you are not emotionally mature. But before we crack into it, guys, if you're new here, you're liking the videos, make sure you subscribe on your way in. Come and join the Discord, link in the description if you haven't already. And as always, guys, if you'd like to support the channel, the link to the Patreon is in the description. I'll be uploading a video over there. I haven't uploaded there for a little while, but I'm uploading there right after this video as well as tomorrow, so be looking forward to that, the guys who are over there. But we're just going to jump straight in, guys, and we're going to take a look at a couple of articles here from a site called Her Way. Now, this is a beautiful site, guys, where all sorts of magical things happen, all sorts of mental gymnastics happen. So we're just going to jump really quickly into this one, right? And this is from an article about 13 adorable signs he's emotionally attached to you, right? So let's get into it, shall we? Romantic attachment. Finally, the thing you're here for. Romantic attachment. Love attachment is something you should be interested in. That is the real deal. This is the kind of an attachment that encompasses both friend and physical attachment, because you can't be real partners if you aren't friends and if you don't share strong chemistry. This type of attachment is the final phase when you can be absolutely sure that a man wants to be your forever person. It's something you'll have and feel for the rest of your life. Being able to reach this level of attachment shows that both you and your potential romantic partner are emotionally mature. Guys, what you'll notice as we head into 2021 and the years beyond is that you as a man, you will be shamed for not giving up your commitment and your resources. Right, I'm going to quickly play a little bit of this first TikTok again so you can really understand what I'm getting at here, because, when we read articles like this, the language is a bit fluffy. Right, it's not so clear what's actually happening. But when you translate it into a TikTok, I mean, everything becomes a little bit more clear. So I'm just going to play this TikTok one more time, and I want you guys to see if you can hear the trying to shame men into giving up their resources and attachment. Let's have a look at it one more time.
Out of your price range. And by that I mean you're taking a girl out on a date that you can't afford to be on. So instead of trying to flex at a nice dinner, you're better off taking her on a picnic in the park. And even the most progressive girls who insist they split it with you and say they don't mind, do mind. Not because they can't afford it, but because it shows us your character. And if you're a girl and you're paying for first dates, and I'm here to tell you that he ain't it, sis.
Yeah, guys, because not wanting to pay for a date, it just shows your character, right? It shows your character as a man and how unworthy you are. You're a little, emotionally immature boy. Now, that's just this article, but we've got the real one we're going to be cracking into right here, guys, which is love real or an illusion? All you need to know about true love. Now, gentlemen, if you've been in this space for a while, perhaps your perception of love has been a little bit tainted, for lack of a better word. Maybe you don't believe in it, or maybe you just look at it entirely differently. Now, I'm someone who looks at this this particular topic, guys, and I'm not a believer. I am not. To me, guys, when you're looking at relationships, here's the myth and the sweet lie that men are sold. Okay, men are sold the idea that, you know what, relationships, guys, they're just all about the love. Right? when you ask a girl, guys, if you ask a girl, you know, what she wants in a relationship, she's going to give you the classic, oh, he needs to be kind, he needs to be good to me, you know, he needs to do blah, 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 and she'll have like a laundry list at the bottom of which, you know, is like, oh, he has to be soft and kind, but also ready to defend me in a street fight if need be, you know. Oh, she's got her beautiful list of what a perfect man needs to be. Now, what she actually goes for is the man who treats her like utter garbage, right? So when you're talking about love, guys, you have to understand, at its base level, relationships and love are a transaction, right? If love were this thing that were just freely felt and there was this, you know, one partner for all of us guys, then you wouldn't have 80% of men being flat out invisible to women. Okay, that's just not how it works, right? See, men, you have to bring something to the table. Right? Women just show up and expect this sort of stuff. Men actually have to do something. So let me tell you this, right? If you're a guy, you're overweight, you know, you don't look good, you got bad hygiene, you've got no friends, no ambition, and you pedestalize women, you're not going to get love. You see what I'm saying? Because love has prerequisites, gentlemen. It has prerequisites, right? Otherwise, these girls would be out here loving just about anyone. Now, let's just have a bit of a read through this and, you know, we'll leave our thoughts. So, guys, be sure to leave a comment as we go through this and what you think of this particular article. Is love real? Are all those romantic poems and love quotes written genuinely from the heart, or are they just an illusion of something unattainable? Are human beings capable of experiencing love as it is depicted in movies, or is all of it just a big lie sold to us to make us feel less miserable? Wait, what is true love and does it even exist? Love is a complex concept that can't really be defined by words. That's how you know it's real. Isn't that interesting, guys? You know, something that can't be defined, that's how you know it's real. Right? It's interesting. Love is a feeling that you get when you impatiently wait for your loved one's reply, or when those butterflies in your stomach go wild when they kiss your forehead. Love is also feeling confused and not knowing if it's real or not. Guys, I've said this, and I've tried to make it you know, really well understood on this channel, that men are given a fundamentally incorrect description of what love is. Okay, so we as men, right? If you guys think about, I want you guys to think about your future wife, right? When I say future wife, you already know we ain't getting married over here. But I want you to think about, you know, the ideal mother for your kids, shall we say? Okay. You know, she's going to be kind. She's going to be beautiful. Yes. You know, she's going to be feminine, right? She's going to be youthful. Okay. These are the type of things she's going to be there by your side. She's not out cheating on you. You know, she hasn't got all of these tattoos. She's not hitting the clubs. All right. She's not going to Chad's house at 2 a.m. She doesn't have all of these attributes. She has consistency. She has femininity, and she's just pleasant and beautiful. Right. Those are Notice the word consistency in there, guys. Okay, now we're going to compare this to what women experience. Love is a feeling of being confused and not knowing. You see how I just combined it there, guys, to you know, shorten it. But love is a feeling when you're experiencing anxiety, butterflies, confusion, and not knowing. You guys see how the experience of love is different between genders, guys? You see, women fall in love with things that they can't have, right? That's why if you guys ever install TikTok, which I would encourage you not to do, but if you guys ever, you know, want to go and have a look at that app, you'll notice all of these girls complaining about, oh, he didn't do this for me. Oh, men aren't anything because he didn't do this, right? You see, oh, how come the guy didn't do this? How come he didn't? He said he loved me, but then he ignored me for 2 weeks. Right? He said this, and then he did this. Right? Meanwhile, the other 80% of men, 90% of men are giving her attention and, you know, wanting to chase her, but she wants that one guy who leaves her confused and not knowing. Okay, guys, love is it's something that once you know, if you've been in this space long enough and you look at how it actually works, it's not a very pleasant thing to look at, right? When we talk about dating dynamics over here, guys, look, I'm not interested in spitting game, really. I'd rather explain, you know, and walk through with you guys, and, you know, we have a bit of a laugh over here. But at the end of the day, when you dig down into this sort of stuff, it's not very pleasant. It's quite unflattering, right? And when you try and explain things to girls, which I would never recommend that you do about dating, the reason why they, there's lots of reasons why they get mad or whatever. But one of them is because it's unflattering, right? What girls like is actually, it makes them look like crap, right? It makes them look superficial and shallow. The TikTok that I showed at the beginning of the video, where she's like, oh, men need to spend money. A lot of women will say, oh, you know what? Money doesn't matter, right? Or I'm not, it's not about physical attraction at all. It's not about being tall and jacked. Let's keep going. Love is so powerful that there aren't simply enough paragraphs in the world that perfectly define its essence. Today, we'll try to fix that. The following paragraphs are written in an attempt to simplify love and celebrate its divine complexity. Is love real or an illusion? The other day, when I was in a cab, Bob Marley's Is This Love made the awkward silence extremely bearable. The lyrics are still ringing in my ears, and then she goes on to quote it, right? Oh, goodness. When the song finished, multiple questions occupied my brain, such as, is love fake? Is true love real? Does real love exist? Wait, do I really love him? What if I'm experiencing infatuation and not true love? You guys notice how this is such a... It's an experience of turmoil. It's an experience of anxiety, of stress. You know what I mean? And you know what? This question right here, guys. What an interesting question. Wait, do I really love him? Right, so when we talk about, hypergamy over here, for example, gentlemen, and we say, women are always keeping their eyes out for the best option. I mean, this is one such way to rationalize the monkey branch, right? Is to say, this is a funny one, right? Oh, I loved him, but I wasn't in love with him, or whatever the phrase is. Like, all it is just rationalization to be able to leave at a moment's notice. Right? It's like, oh, sorry, honey, I loved you, but I wasn't in love with you, or I thought that I loved you. And you hear these sentences as a man, right? And it just makes absolutely no sense. And the reason why it makes no sense is because it makes no sense, right? When girls give you crap like, oh, I've a lot of guys, when they ask girls out for a date, they'll get given an excuse. But when you think about the excuse for 2 seconds, it makes absolutely no sense, right? Girls want to put up this like pretty persona so that they're able to just change options at a whim. You see what I'm saying? It's all about securing the best option that they possibly can. On this channel, guys, I would encourage you guys to do the same thing. Right? If a girl if you're seeing a girl, maybe you're a guy who's over here and is choosing to date. We got all sorts of guys over here. We got guys from choosing to date, have no interest in dating. Then we got guys who, I don't know why, but, want to get married and stuff like that. Which, guys, by the way, I would not recommend getting married in 2021. The system is incredibly against men. It's not even funny. We have been over that multiple times on the channel, but, the point is we've got a lot of men over here who have all sorts of different goals with dating, right? Whether that be not dating at all, you know the deal, right? But guys, one thing I would encourage you to do if you are seeing girls is don't be putting up with crappy behavior. Just stomp it out immediately and move on. If a girl's not giving you the interest that you want, it is not your responsibility to stay there and try and make her feel something. Okay? So you guys are told this lie that, if you put in the effort, if you do all the convincing, if you convince your woman, then that somehow validates you as a man and that will somehow fix the problem, right? If she's not interested in you, hey, you just need to show her how much you care. No, if she's not interested in us, guys, we are leaving. Yeah, we're not hanging around going, you know what? What if I do this for her today? Maybe she'll like me, right? Maybe she'll... Guys, I cannot imagine having a wife for a second, right? Where that is your thought process, and every day you have to go, well, what if I just prove myself to her today? Okay, men deserve better than that, quite frankly, right? But let's continue on here. Suddenly, Lady Gaga's Perfect Illusion lyrics started to mix with Bob Marley. I feel like we're in some sort of fever dream right now, some sort of older lady's fever dream. Goodness me. So I decided to do my research. Here's what I found out based on my personal experience and of people close to me, and data I found on the internet. Love is real, but it can't really be defined. You either experience it or you don't. You either know it's true love or you don't. If you ask me, there's no gray area here. Isn't that isn't the entire thing, as this person is defining it, gray? You know what I mean? Things are actually pretty simple. We fall in love and we either stay in love with that person or we fall out of love, and that's the reality. You know what? Because hey guys, love is this, we're taught that love is strength. It's a strong bond, two people, soulmate, you go out there, find the partner in your life, your other half, and then you read sentences like this from women, and it's like, you know what? Hey, if the butterflies aren't there, they just fall out of love with you. Right? It's, oh my goodness. One thing I'll caution you guys against, right, is you'll get girls who are approaching the wall, right? And some of them, not all of them, some of them will just be approaching the wall and have no clue at all. But some girls who approach the wall will be like, you know what? I realize what's happening here. And what they want to do is they need to, let me put it another way. You guys know how there are some couples, right, who meet up kind of later in life, either at the wall or a little bit post-wall, and they've been dating for like 6 months, and then all of a sudden they're engaged and they have a child on the way. Right? See, a lot of the reasons why that actually happens is because the girl's running out of time. Now, what she'll try and pass it off as is, hey, you know what? I love this man so much. He's my other half. He's my beautiful, he's my man, right? But what actually happened is she just ran out of time. You see, love, guys, love is something that women will weaponize. Okay, now, am I saying that they do it all the time? No, right? They're not all police, right? You know what I mean? But a lot of the times, girls will weaponize it, right? Because it's very easy to manipulate a man into getting him to do what you want, when you sell men a dream. Okay, and it sucks to say this, right? But we as men, we can be really quite stupid with this stuff, right? Women do genuinely have the upper hand. Women are more social creatures, and the reason I say that is because if we just rewind the clocks a bit, guys, and we want to talk about back in the day when we were in tribes hunting mammoths or whatever the hell, right? Your survival as a man depended on your merit. Okay, so let's just say, I'll use this analogy again, guys. Let's just say you, the person watching this video, you, me, and then some other guys were in a tribe, okay, and we were the hunters of the tribe. The survival of ourselves and our tribe depended on how well we hunted as men. Okay, so when we go out, if we bring back no meat, there's a consequence to that. Okay, now the women's survival, on the other hand, depended on how well they could ensure social cohesion. You see what I'm saying? So if we just break it apart really quickly and do some rough definitions here, men are more concerned with utility and merit, and women are more concerned with cohesion, right? So that's why when you ask these women questions and you introduce accountability is dangerous to them. In the words of Mr. Samuels, it's kryptonite, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, love has to be something. Love is a great mechanism to control people. It really is, because I don't think there's a better way to control people, guys, than to sell them a dream. I really don't. And, men, like, we want to believe in something good, right? We want to believe that, hey, that girl that we're with, she's with us because of who we are. She's not trying to get some kids out of us that she's later going to divorce us with, or, she's not trying to take our money and stuff like that. Okay? Because we as men, we want to believe in those things because wouldn't it be nice, guys? Wouldn't it be nice? But let's wrap up the article here and have a look at the rest of it. So, romantic love is the most natural feeling in the world because it's so easy. Of course, challenges are inevitable, but most of the time it feels like breathing. Is breathing real or an illusion? The real question is anything real nowadays? Just because we can't see or touch love doesn't mean it's not real. I honestly, guys, while reading articles like this, I feel like I'm experiencing someone else's fever dream secondhand. But I want to draw attention to this part right here of the article, guys. Challenges are inevitable. Have you guys ever asked yourself why that's the case? right? Have you guys ever sat down and thought, you know what, why couldn't a relationship just go smoothly? Why could there not be challenges? Why couldn't there be a relationship where, you know, the road was just nice and smooth? Wouldn't that be nice, gentlemen? Like, I'm pretty sure, I can't speak for everyone here, of course, right? But I think a lot of men just really want some consistency, some femininity. None of this having a partner and then all of a sudden everything becomes a battle, right? Oh, you have to do this chore. You have to do this, or I didn't like when you do this, right? You guys notice how relationships, particularly long-term ones, just devolve into this kind of thing where it's just confrontation, right? And what I wanted to wrap up, guys, with is, you know, women love drama, okay? And for them to experience love, guys, it necessitates drama. Now, you have a couple of options here, and in the words of AMS, guys, which is a fantastic YouTube channel, I would suggest you go and watch. But you can either let the woman come to you with drama, because she will come to you with drama. If there is none, she'll make some, or you can bring some drama to the situation, guys. Okay? I would encourage you guys to not be putting up with this BS that men are told. And again, guys, if you know, just to really hammer it home, I'd encourage you to right-click the video, click the loop button so that when the video finishes, you can just view that TikTok one more time. Because that's what I'm talking about here, guys. You know, as a man, you're expected to do this, and hey, you know what? If you don't, you're just this immature child, I guess. But we're going to leave it there, guys. As always, thoughts and comments below. I'm going to leave a link to the article in the description, so if you'd like to read it, feel free to go and do so. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And as always, guys, be sure to check out the Patreon link in the description. I'll be posting a video over there after this one is uploaded. So if you're over there, be sure to look out for that. And I will see you boys in the next one. Peace.